happen to be a waitress. It doesn't matter. You're accepted already. You're the woman our son is in love with. And now, right where you look absolutely brilliant.
Hello out there. Good afternoon and welcome to Fire Service TV. This is Fire Service in Focus. This program has been tailored with you in mind. This is where we bring you everything pertaining to the modus operandi of the Ghana National Fire Service. And it is good to be back on your screens just to let you understand what goes on as far as our job is concerned. Today, we'll be delving deep into yesterday's accident involving the fire engine at Kade, where 7 of our gallant men were injured in the process, and then 1 escaping unscathed. We are grateful to God that they are still alive and they are doing well. We'll get updates on their condition, as well as also delve deep into the Tema Regional Command. What is happening there? We'll bring you another special guest, and I hope that you'll be excited to hear her speak and to throw more light on the happenings in her region, that is the Tema region. I believe today's program is going to wow your imagination. You are going to learn a lot about our modus operandi and to appreciate some of the risks that we go through to keep your lives and our communities safe. We will go for a short break. When we come, I will introduce my guest and then we'll start off with a conversation. Stick and stay with us.
I came across power safety technology. So I introduced that into our residents, who are more than 4,000. And over the period, they have testified how power safety technology have saved them when the need arises.
Power safety is our hallmark.
Welcome back, our cherished viewers. We are honored to still have you on our screens. This is Fire Service in Focus. This is a program that has been tailored with you in mind. What we seek to do is to bring you the happenings in the service and to explain to you what our mission is, so that you can also understand us and then support us as and when required. This is Studios B of the Ghana National Fire Service TV, and today's program is power-packed. Yesterday, unfortunately, we had an incident involving the fire engine at Kade. They had a call around 8:37 in the morning, and as they were dispatched, they encountered an issue, and the vehicle was involved in an accident around a community known as Otwen Kwanta, and in the outskirts of Kede, around 9:08 in the morning. Through the benevolence of some members of the public who were around at the time of the incident, they were able to help out injured personnel. There were 7 in total, to Akwatia St. Dominic Hospital, as well as Kade Government Hospital. So we will go to Kade and get some sound bites and then speak to the Director Public Relations, who is currently there with the Chief Fire Officer, to get first-hand information as to what led to the accident, and then also move into the hospital where these gallant men are receiving treatment. So in your shots is the accident scene. That is the fire truck that was involved in your shots. That is how badly the truck got damaged. And therefore, we are grateful to God that even the 7 people who sustained various degrees of injury are receiving treatment. So that is the shot. We have always been saying that our work is very risky. We go through a lot to keep your lives, as well as your property, as well as our environment or our community safe. And as a firefighter, we have sworn, even at the peril of our lives, to ensure that you are safe at all times. So if you could see how badly damaged the vehicle is, then it tells you the people who were on board, or the firefighters who were on board, were just saved by grace. And that is the more reason why we have to support our great brand, the Ghana National Fire Service, to be able to deliver on our mandate in serving you. To give you a quick update on the incident, it happened yesterday around Otwen Kwanta in the eastern region, in the outskirts of Kade. They were responding to an emergency, and upon reaching the curb at the Otwen Kwanta, the car skidded off the road. You know, during that period, there were a bit of downpour, and that helped in the skidding of the vehicle. But fortunately, they are all doing well, responding to treatment. Just that the driver and the OIC are in critical condition at the Kade Government Hospital. We would go over onto the phone line to speak to the Director Public Relations, ACFO 1, Timothy Osafo Efum, who is there with the Chief Fire Officer, the Eastern Regional Fire Commander, as well as some other management members, to ascertain for themselves what happened, and then also to go to the hospital to see to how well those on admission are doing, and to pray with them and to encourage them that management is behind them and is going to ensure their well-being. So if ACFO can hear me on the line. All right, so before ACFO 1 Efum, we get to speak to him, we will play an insect when they got to the hospital, what transpired. Let's have a bite on that.
Today, so that the pain can be managed at home. There's no fracture from the x-rays that have been done. The only issue is that this morning BPs have been quite high. I think this morning 150/90. We checked, we are still getting that. According to him, 3 months ago, he checked he was around 120. So we are thinking it is more from the pain rather than any diagnosed hypertension. So we are keeping him here. We'll give some IV pain medication. Hopefully the pain comes down, and then now we see if the BP is going to come down with that pain. If it doesn't, then newly diagnosed hypertension, then he just goes home on oral pain medication to be reviewed later on here at our surgical OPD. So for him, I think for him yesterday, we were suspecting some possible head injury, even though GCS was fine. So we did a head CT, we came back normal. The X-rays we've seen today to have been fine, but he still needs to get, he still complains some pain at his back, with some scalp laceration. It was minor, but there was still a scalp laceration. We were suspecting a head injury, we did a CT scan, thankfully it was fine. There was just some scalp hematoma, which we just managed conservatively. Yes, also complaining of some pain in the thigh. We've seen his X-ray. It looks fine. So more of the muscle contusion, which can also cause very severe pain. So that's more for the test. His BPs are fine. That was also an issue for him. We just recheck for him. So he'll go home with the neck collar. We manage the pain at home on oral medication. You can come and see us if anything changes. That is the final step.
This In Focus series coming to you live from the Studios B of the Ghana National Fire Service TV. As you saw on your screens, the chief fire officer was at the hospital to commiserate with the injured person, to encourage them, to pray with them, and to assure them of management support in ensuring that they get back well. I understand ACFO1 EFUM is on the line to give us an update on what transpired when they visited the accident scene and went to see the victims in the hospital. Sir, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Sir, if you can hear me, welcome to the Fire Service TV. This is Fire Service in Focus program.
Thank you very much.
Yes, we understand you were able to visit the accident scene. What you saw, what probably the accident and the state, the health condition, 7 injured persons at Seminix Hospital and then the Cardiac Government Hospital.
So, yesterday morning, just a little before 9, the Cardiac station was off, working on accident. So, on their way to the they have the mechanical problem on the vehicle, so the driver could not complete the car. So the appliance went into the in the process, some are sorted, and all the occupants of the appliance got with some very severe, some not too severe.
So, sir, can you bring us up to speed as to the number of persons who were in the fire engine that got affected?
So, a total of 7 officers were on board the fire appliance. Unfortunately, all of them got injured. Like I indicated, some severe, some not too severe. So 2 of them were in critical condition as at the time. Fortunately, as of now that we visited them, they are all in stable condition. 2 will be discharged this afternoon. The other 3 will be discharged tomorrow. Then they want to observe the other 2 who are in critical condition. The good news is that they are out of the woods, and so the medical team wants to monitor them. If in 3 days' time, okay, they will also be discharged. So that is in brief what we have on the ground.
Thank you so much, sir. Sir, but talking about the fire truck that got involved in the accident, is it repairable, looking at the condition?
What I will say is that we serve a living God. Because if you look at the state of the fire appliance, and somebody tells you that somebody survived in that appliance accident, you know that yes, indeed there is a God. So, at the appliance, beyond repairs, but fortunately, nobody lost his life.
Wow. That is reassuring to note that all the 7 are out of danger, and even this afternoon, some are going to be discharged, whilst the medical team ensures that the rest also gets into stable condition. But before I let you go, what kind of advice and then reassurance do you want to give to the people of Kade now that the fire tender is down? What is the contingency in place to kind of put their hearts at peace that in the event of any emergency, we will be there to save their lives and property?
Right. So, my answer to the people of Kade is environment that we as a service be there to support them anytime there is an emergency. So there are patients that are close. The only thing that should there be any emergency, it will take us a bit of a longer time to arrive. So they should bear with us. But in the meantime, all the personnel are going to be deployed for fire safety activities, meaning we are going to intensify fire safety education in the communities around, so that they will know what to do and what not to do in order to avoid the fires starting at all.
All right, sir. Thank you so much. And then we wish you well and safe journey back to Accra.
It's my pleasure, and thank you very much.
Well, viewers, that was the Director of Public Relations. He gave us an update on the health condition of the injured personnel who got involved in yesterday's accident at Ocheng Kwanta in the outskirts of Kede in the eastern region. The good news is that all the 7 are out of danger now. Some 2 will be discharged this afternoon. The remaining 3 would also be discharged somewhere tomorrow, whilst those 2 in critical condition would also be monitored for some days, so that when their conditions are stable, they would also be discharged. We thank God for how far He has brought us. The good news is also the assurance given by the Director PL is that the nearby stations would also be on standby to move in to Kade and its environs should there be any fire emergency. But meanwhile, there will be intensive public fire safety education within Kade and its surrounding communities so as to prevent any unforeseen fire outbreaks and other related emergencies. So, viewers, this is what we go through on a daily basis as firefighters. It is a calling that anytime duty calls, we respond, and even to the peril of our life. But we thank God that these 7 firefighters are out of the woods, and we know by God's grace they will be better off. So we'll move on to our discussion, and I have a wonderful commander from the Tema region. She has been christened Yasantua, and today she would explain to us the meaning of Yasantua, what goes into her personnel giving her that wonderful name. My guest is ACF1 Doris Lamptey, Regional Fire Commander for Tema. Madam, you are welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, it's good to have you in our studios, and we know that your people are also watching and they know what you are capable of. First of all, we want to understand what is the state of fire outbreaks in Tema region.
Thank you very much. Tema region, it's an industrial hub. Sure. So we're doing everything to curtail the fires in the region. However, in the first half of last year, around this time, 2023, we had attended 296 fires. And this year, around the same time, we have attended 302 fires, which gives us an increase of 2% in the fire outbreaks within the region, and then also talking about the road traffic accidents. Last year, around this half, we had attended 33 road traffic accidents, and then the same half in this year we have attended 30 traffic accidents, giving us a 9% decrease in it. But talking about the increase in the fire outbreaks in the Tema region, it means that we realize that our public education is really working, because for some time now, when you go to talk to them, people do not listen. But based on our advice that no matter how minute the fire is, please get to the fire service, call us to inform us, to know that there's a fire somewhere, so that we could easily and quickly come to assist you. And I think that advice that was given to them is being well taken. The reason why we could see a bit of increase in the reportage of fire outbreaks. So far, so very good. The region is doing well to curtail the fires within the region.
Thank you so much. I like the fact that you mentioned that these days the people are reporting on fires that before they were not reporting on, and that is why we've had the increase. And I like the fact that you said, based on your intensified fire public education, it has also gone down well, and now they are assertive enough to kind of report these incidents to us. In your area or your region, which particular areas are known to be fire prone, and what is the reason behind it?
Okay, so when we are talking about fire prone areas, we'll first mention Ashaiman.
Okay.
Yes, Ashaiman, because you realize that the population in Ashaiman is a bit big, and then also we have a lot of slums around those areas, and you know, most of these slums you have wooden structures. Yes, so that is where we have most of the fire outbreaks. And then also we'll also talk about the Kasapreko area too. Yes, Kasapreko also has a high level of not wooden structures, but we have a few companies and industries over there, and it is also densely populated. Because you realize that where the place is densely populated, you have people doing all kinds of things that could spark an outbreak of fires. So we'll say in the Tema region we have Ashaiman and Kasapreko being the fire prone areas.
All right, so now that we know that Kasapreko and Ashaiman community are the fire prone areas, we would now want to delve into what are some of the activities that they do that leads to some of these fires, and what steps is your command putting in place to curtail these rampant fire outbreaks in that enclave?
Okay, I will first want to talk about the slums. Yes, you realize that with the slums, like I said earlier on, most of them are wooden structures, and adherence to fire safety tips over there, because of the nature of the area. When we talk about the slums, you get people with all kinds of behaviors and then attitudes over there. So when you go to the slums to advise them on fire safety measures, they really actually do not take the fire service serious. So it's sort of as a result of most of the time negligence on their part. For instance, you get a lot of the weed smokers over there. Somebody will just smoke and then leave a bit of the piece of the smoke down, and before you would realize it would have caused a havoc. And then also they have all the cooking gadgets, equipments in the same room that they live. So somebody will be cooking, and along the line, before you realize, either the person falls asleep or the person leaves the room to do something, and then the slightest, because it's a wooden structure, fire will get it. So that is with the slums. And then we have a lot of these mechanics around those places. And sometimes you see a welder doing some welding works, not well protected, no fire, let me say extinguisher around, nothing. Before you realize, a car or something will catch fire, and then before you realize, it spreads to other places, because then the nature of the place is wooden, so the spread of fire becomes so easily. So actually what we are doing to curtail some of these fires are constant and persistent fire education campaigns.
Wow.
In those areas.
Great.
Yes. We really want to drum fire safety over there. So it's like every other week we go to those slum areas to educate them. We believe that even if one person should at least take our advice, it will lead to the curtailing of the fire. So we want to make sure that it's not that we are ignoring other places, but that is a bit of a concern for us, because we know that with the industries, they are fire conscious, but these people are not fire conscious. So that is where we spend most of our time trying to educate them, to listen to our education, and ensure that we have a fire-free area within the Ashaiman area. And we're trying so very hard to ensure that they listen to us. And I believe, as we speak right now, in the Ashaiman area, the fires are going down. Okay. And then in the Kasapreko area too, we have a few industries over there. But that's also as a result of they not listening to our fire safety education to them. But that place too, we make sure that all the companies around, there has been a task force that goes around to ensure that all the safety tips, and ensure that if you don't have a certificate, you need to have it. And now, from the director of safety, before you renew your certificate, it's a prerequisite for you to have trained your personnel or your staff. So we are also going by that, and we are applying that, and I believe that is also really helping us to curtail the fires within the Kasapreko environment.
Thank you so much. So the people of Ashaiman and Kasapreko Enclave, I'm being told that there has been an intensified public education, fire education in your areas. What we are pleading with you is that just give ears to the fire officers that come to educate you to prevent these fires. The saddest thing is that when these fires occur, it is you who face the consequences of it. So let us help the Tema Regional Fire Command and his personnel and her personnel to kind of help us to prevent these hellish fires that come to bring a lot of issues in our lives. We want to remind our viewers that this program is coming to you live from the Studios B of the Fire Service TV, and this is Fire Service in Focus. We are live on our social media platforms: Facebook, X, Instagram, TikTok, and all the other handles. You can easily search us with the handle at GNFS Official, and you can join in this wonderful program. Our phone line is on your screens, but for want of a better word, let me repeat them so that when it is time for us to also call in and to add your voice to the conversation, you can easily do so. The number to send in your comments or to call in when it is time for phone in is 050 960 8744. 050 960 8744. Please, if you are joining us also on our social media handles, any one of them, kindly share the link to your associates, to your friends, so that they could also partake in the discussion, send in their comments, ask their questions, and then we'll be glad to answer them. Madam, I understand you have a task force that are going around to educate the slum dwellers, to bring them up to speed on some preventive measures to take in order to kind of prevent these fires. We want to know, with all the hard work that you have been able to put in, has your men ever faced hostilities from the public? What is the situation like? Have your men been assaulted? Has their fire engines been vandalized in your region? And if it is not so, what is contributing to that? Because elsewhere, we got wind of the fact that early this year, around January, February, we had some firefighter attacks in the Ashanti region especially. So what is the magic formula for you in Tema?
Okay, in the Tema region, we've not had an encounter with the public. I think it was the early part of this year that we had an encounter with the public at Sege. Okay. Yes, Sege fire station was called to attend to a fire, and apparently it was the youth in the district that were burning ties on the protests of something with the indigents over there. And so when the appliance was called, they tried to vandalize the appliance. But then the regional police commander was there, and then immediately alerted us that, looking at the situation on the grounds, the appliance should not go, but then move back. But then apart from that, we have not had any encounter with the public trying to vandalize our appliance or something. I think it is the reason being that we sincerely have a very good relationship with the media. In the Tema region, we use the media a lot because we realize that the public does not seem to understand the work of the Ghana National Fire Service. So in order for them to understand this, it is the media that we have had a conference and educated them to know the jobs of the Ghana National Fire Service, what exactly we do as fire service, and then letting the media get to know that fire service, the vision of the fire service is for us to, we are committed to providing safer community for everybody throughout the country by containment of fires and other related emergencies. So for that reason, that is exactly what we are trying to do. So we need to let the media know the do's, the don'ts, and what exactly the fire service, the challenges, and then our strongholds. So I think based on that, the information really has gone down with the people in the Tema command. So for that reason, if we are called to attend to any incident, we don't seem to have any problem with them. And in the Tema region too, when we attend to an incident, even before the appliance get there, looking at the smoke from afar, we could tell that this is a major fire. So even before the first appliance will get to the scene, they have already called for the second appliance and the third appliance, because we do not want the situation whereby the first appliance will get there and exhaust their water before they try to call. So by the time the base pump will exhaust its water, there is another appliance over there feeding it with water. So for that matter, it seems they are okay with it, because they do not want to see us just standing and the fire is burning and they're not doing anything. So these are some of the things I think the command is doing, and it's really helping us. And we have a very good relationship with the people, the indigents.
Wow.
At least we are always at their doorstep.
Wow.
So whatever it's their problem, they are able to talk to us, and we are able to advise them, because we have told them that fire safety is a shared responsibility. It is not just for the fire service, but they are also a contributing factor to ensure that we curtail fires within the region. So that's the reason why I think we are okay. Yeah.
Viewers, it is so refreshing to hear the Tema Commander giving us the pragmatic steps that she's taking to ensure that firefighter attacks is nipped in the bud. And as you have already heard her, she has a very good rapport, relationship between the people they serve. And they've also woven their way through the media in such a way that they've been able to build a very solid relationship. The education about our modus operandi is really touching base, and that is rather changing perceptions out there. And we want to applaud her. I will go for a short break, but before I go for that break, let me ask Madam, how come you were given that name, Yasantua?
Well, if you ask me, I really cannot tell. But then I think I'm a bit principled. Yes, I always want the right thing to be done. So I always ensure that people are always doing the right thing. And I always ensure, whether you like it or not, I will make sure you do the right thing. And I'm always around to ensure that things are okay in the region. And so for that matter, they think I'm a bit too strict, and that is the reason why.
All right, so I understand we have our first caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this is Fire Service in Focus program. Welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm the president of Possibility President from Nigo.
Okay, please, let's hear you out.
Yeah, please, I would like to ask a question about, based on what we are discussing. What about when you are a fisherman and then there's a fire occur? What are the criteria and you have to use to secure the boat and the people inside the boat?
Okay, so if I understand you well, let's say you are a fisherman.
Yes.
And then you are cutting maybe your fish and some people in your canoe, and it is gutted by fire. What are some of the steps that you have to take? Can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I'm listening.
All right, so we will do justice to your question.
Yeah, my question is that maybe you are in the sea, that you're in the sea and something happens to you. What are the criteria you have to use to secure the people in the boat?
All right. So you can hang up. We will address your question for you. Thank you so much for joining us. All right. So I understand there's a caller. Good afternoon, caller. Oh, okay. I understand he's off the line. So we'll go for a short break. When we come, the conversation continues. Please do not go anywhere. Hello, good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes, this is Fire Service in Focus series. Welcome onto the show. Please, can we hear you?
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, please, with your question.
Calling the border.
Yeah, hello.
Please, we can hardly hear you. Come again, please, with your question. Yes, good afternoon, please. Kindly go ahead with your question, please.
Please, I'm asking, you are police, then all of a sudden, you find a smoke in your room. What's the first thing?
Okay, so if I heard you are asleep, and then you wake up to find smoke all over your room, what are the steps to take, right? All right, thank you so much for the question. We will address it for you. So, madam, let's say Hello, caller. Hello, good afternoon. Yes, please, may we know your name and where you are calling us from?
I'm Nanaya.
Okay, Nanaya, let's hear you. Please go ahead.
My issue is about the talent and the that they are selling.
Please go ahead. We are listening. Please go ahead. We are listening, please. All right, so we will quickly go for a break. When we come, we will address their questions and then continue. Do stick and stay with us.
I came across Power City technology. So I introduced that into our residents, who are more than 4,000. And over the period, they have testified how power safety technology have saved them when the need arises.
Power safety. Safety is our hallmark.
Hello, welcome. This is Fire Service in Focus series, coming to you live from the studios of Fire Service TV here in Accra. And today we've been looking at the topic, the accident that happened yesterday at Ochwenkwanta, in the outskirts of Kede in the Eastern region, where 7 of our men got injured. At the moment, they are out of danger. I understand very soon some of them will be discharged, whilst those in critical condition will be dealt with. We are also looking at Tema. That is our focal point. What is happening there and all that. We understand there's a caller on the line. Good afternoon, caller.
Good afternoon.
Yes, may we know your name and your location?
I'm Nanaya. I'm calling from Sevan.
All right, so can we hear
you? My issue is about these days, you see people thinking of selling petrol in bottles on the roadside when you into the industry. Some corner they are hiding under sea, selling petrol. You want to know the action that the regional commander is taking about it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Question well noted. So, Madam, first of all, maybe you would help us with the question about the boat fire.
So when you are in the boat and you realize there's a fire, first and foremost, you should have an extinguisher. So if you have an extinguisher in the boat, you quickly will have to apply your extinguisher. Normally, we realize that in the boat, the fire will actually start from the agboard motor. So you apply your extinguisher on it. And then also, you can also use the sea water. Get some of the seawater to put it on the fire and then see how best you can curtail the fire outbreak. Then also don't forget to calm the people in the boats down, because you know some people, when they see some of these things, they get scared. Some would want to jump into the water, some would want to jump elsewhere. Please calm them down and ensure you take these steps to ensure that you put out the fire, because once the seawater is there, you are capable of putting it out. But it's very, very essential for you to have an extinguisher with you at all times so that you can apply the extinguisher.
Thank you, Madam. Another caller also asks that, let's say you are in your room and asleep, you wake up to find smoke all over the place. What are the steps to take to escape? If you can also help us.
Okay, so I think what you have to do is go down, because once there's smoke all over the place, it's going to be difficult for you to get the exit or to the door. So just go down, and by going down, you use your hand to be touching to feel and know where the exit door. And once it's your room, you know the direction of your door. So maybe gradually, when you get to the door, you quietly open and then come out of the place, and then you call the fire service to come and assist you.
Very important. Just go down, because visibility is poor, and there's the probability of you also inhaling some of the smoke, which could lead to asphyxia. You could collapse. That is why you need to go down. And then also, Nanaya also raised the concern that these days people are involved in fuel racketeering, where they sell fuel in bottles by the roadside. I know you have a task force.
Yes.
Can you throw more light on how you are measures put in place to curtail that kind of businesses?
Okay, so you know, by selling fuel in bottles, it's a dangerous thing, and it is not allowed. So our task force is always out there, and when we see you, we seize those things. The first time we get you, we seize all those things. The next time we come around and you're still there, we hand you over to the police, because we see that as a criminal offense, because it is not allowed for you to be selling fuel in bottles. The dangers and hazards that come with it is not the best. So the task force is always out there to stop people from doing it. But the point is, the moment you stop them and you go back, the next time you go there, they are still there again. So we are doing all our best to ensure that we seize everything they have to do with those things. But when we come and meet you for the second time, we hand you over to the police, and then we'll take you on.
Right. Thank you, Madam. And so I believe that with the involvement of the other stakeholders, such as the MPA, the Ghana Police, and then the EPA and all the other relevant agencies, the Tema Command will be able to surmount this fuel racketeering and the sale of such commodities in the open. When I come, I will take some few messages from our social media handle. When I come, Madam, I will find out from you the state of your appliances, how many are in commission, those that are out of commission, what are you doing to put them back? And then we'll continue with the conversation. This is coming from Josephine Mami Sita Golia, Ohima Mercy Edu, Esther Slim, and a couple of others. They are saying they are watching us live. Juliet Edmonds says that please check the sound, please, production manager and the team out there, kindly check on the sound for us. Isaac Foley says the last time a huge building collapsed, fire service couldn't do much because they lacked capacity. We had to wait for Israelis to come and rescue us. The politicians keep giving everything to the police and army because they hold big guns. Meanwhile, fire service is more essential in the country, not at war. Isaac Foley, we share in your sentiment, but we want to understand or to throw more light on the fact that no institution is less than the other. And we know that the government will also do its best to resources. So be rest assured that the support would come. Yusuf Oluman says wishing them a speedy recovery, and may Allah protect all the officers, especially the fire service department. Thank you so much. Ifua Amwa Solomon says we thank God. Ura Kwekuchum Berema, wishing them speedy recovery. Thank you. Isaac Sumwa Hodogbe also says well done. Emmanuel Boateng Ajemfra, I wish them speedy recovery. Esther Slim, my commander Woon, that is one of your people watching you. Mame Sewa Akoto says keep up the good work. Thank you for joining us. Emmanuel Tetenate says my former boss Piero Papapa, thank you. Daniel Obeng Paulina Anyevi, Emilia Azuma, Kwabna Otabel, Nana K. Amponsa, Samuel Ousu, Kadula Benhan, Juliet Edmonds, Rosemary Sanderson Castro, Veno Singh, Emilia Pink, all are watching us live. We thank you for joining us and tuning in up till this time. Paulina Anyevi says, God bless you for the good work you're doing in Tema region. That is for the commander, Abigail Jejom, and then Farouk Ishak, and Osei Felicia says they are watching and we want to appreciate you so much for joining us. Please share the link on social media to your friends so that they could also join in and send in their comments. And please, the phone line to call on is 050-960-8744. So, madam, what is the state of the fire engines? How many are in commission? Those that are out of commission, what are you doing to bring them back into service?
Okay, thank you. In the Tema region, for now, all the districts, we have 13 districts, and so far, 12 of the appliances are in commission. The only place that is not in commission is the Dodowa fire station. It has a major fault, but then management is doing its best to get it back on track. And then we have a turntable ladder, which is out of commission for now, but we have worked on it. It's about 80% complete. We expect that sooner or later it will come in commission. Then we have a turntable. We also have a recovery track. There are some seals that was causing some oil leakages. That as well, maintenance is working on it. So far, so very good. All our appliances are in commission except these 3 ones that I have mentioned.
That is refreshing to note that the Tema Command has all its appliances working except that of Dodowa. And I understand that one, even the part is being shipped, and very soon it will get into the country. So the people of Tema, be rest assured that anytime there is any fire, road crash or related emergency, be rest assured that the command will respond and handle your situation. So, madam, what are some of the projects that you are embarking on? What are their states? Are you getting the needed support from the people, the business community, the industrial hub that you serve?
Okay, so thank you. So far, so very good. The Tema commanders, I'm very fortunate to have our stakeholders supporting us. LMI Holdings and the Free Zones Enclave has helped the fire service to put up a fire station at the Free Zones Enclave, and it's about, I would say, 95 or 98% complete.
Great.
Or I would even say it's 100%. We are just waiting for them to commission and then hand over to us. And the same LMI is also helping us to put up another fire station at Dawa Enclave. That's also another enclave which is close to Sege. And that one, they just started, but I can say they are about 45% into it. And the other project is Afienya. Yes, Afienya, MF Estates. That one too, it is the Pram Municipal Assembly that is also helping us with that project. And that's also about 90% complete. And I'm sure very soon that one will also be commissioned for us to move into it. And then you realize that Tema is also a bit into the Shire area. Okay. And we realize that the station that is closer to the Shire area is very far. That is Beachley. So there's an enclave over there called the Greenhouse, and we have gotten to them. We've had an interaction with them, and they are also supporting us to put up a fire station over there. But that one has just been started. So we are also hoping and believing that possibly the rate at which they are working, maybe by the close of this year, at least we should be there, and the Tema Regional Command will have that one too as well. So I think these are some of the projects. And then also, not forgetting Clagon. Yes, the Clagon chief was also assisting the Ghana National Fire Service to put up a fire station too. And that one too, we are at the lentil level now. Okay. And we are hoping that with the promise that has been given to us by the chief, possibly by the end of the year, we should be complete to move in. So these are some of the projects. Yeah.
Wow, so wonderful. A lot of fire stations are being put up within the free zone, Dawa community, as well as Clagon, just to bridge the gap between the distance the existing fire engines or station would have to cover to be able to serve the people in those communities. So this is a plus on Yasantua. This is probably one of the reasons why she has been given the name Yasantua, because she is a can-do woman. Within this just few years that she's been there, if you listen carefully to the projects, there are more than 4 that she has been able to initiate, and they are ongoing at various stages, that within the next foreseeable months we should have some of them completed for the fire station to be fully operational. So that is a thumbs up, madam. Keep it up. Thank you. We pray for life so that you can do more to serve the people of Tema. We want to understand the morale of your personnel, because I can see you are also a morale woman. So what can you say? Are they happy to be working under your command? What have you done? What has been the game changer here?
Okay, so talking about morale, sincerely, Tema region, the morale is very high. We have put certain activities in place that will bring us together more often, so that the bonding will be there. Great. And then everybody will feel belonging. So in the Tema Regional Command, what we do at the end of every month, the last Friday of the month, is endurance and the health walks. So personnel from all other districts come to join at the regional headquarters, and then early in the morning we move by 6 o'clock, and by 7:30 we are back. After that, we sit around, have something to eat, have some fun, play other games, because we want to feel together, we want to feel bonded. And then also we organize quizzes. Okay. Yes. Every quarter we start from the district levels, and then we bring it to the regional level. And those who participate and do well are given some small token of awards. And for that reason, the command has participated in the NCC quiz. Last year we won, and this year also we won. We have the quiz together with the other sister services. So last year when we won, they said we had brought some senior officers. This year we used only junior officers, and yet still we won. So these are some of the things that brings us together. We do games once a while, we compete, and then we have a football team too. So when our boys are playing, we go to support them. Really? Last year there was a regional gala, and we won. This year we got to the semi-final stage and we're taken out. But we believe that that was as a result of the men getting fatigue at a point in time because they combine both work and then going to training. But we are not deterred though. We just want everybody to come together and feel a part of the command. That is the extent of it. So whether we win or we lose, we still see ourselves as winners. So that is the morale in the Tema region.
So viewers, this is Yaa Asantewaa for you. And you could see that she is doing a lot to beef up the personal enthusiasm and satisfaction to the job that they do. If I let her continue, she would say a lot of things, but we want to bring her back into the studios next week. There are some unfinished business that we have to with her that we would want to continue next week. This is where we will draw the curtains for today's program. So before we sign off, Madam, what are your last words for your personnel and for the people of Tema and the whole of Ghana watching you?
Thank you. I would want to tell my personnel that, yes, as far as I remain the regional commander, I have always said my doors are always opened and I'm always going to be there for them. We'll continue with whatever we have started in the region to bring us together and to make us the best region in the Ghana National Fire Service. And then also to the public, I would want to inform them that fire safety is a shared responsibility. The vision I will always talk about of the fire service is that we are committed to provide a safer community for everybody in this country by containment of the fires. That is our job. So they should have the trust and belief in the Ghana National Fire Service. We are not sleeping. We are always there for them. The fire service will always do its best to protect lives and property in Ghana and curtail fires and have a fire-free Ghana sometime to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ACFO1 Doris Lamptey, Regional Fire Officer for the Tema region. Next week, she is coming back and we have a lot in stock for you. So please do make a date with us next week, same time, 2 p.m. Stay safe out there. We are poised to even serve you. And we pray that the good Lord Almighty grants our injured gallant men at Kede speedy recovery. Thank you for joining us for today's program.